A2B Change Management Framework, plan the change, execute the change, and sustain the change. This video discusses 1. What is a change management framework? 2. How the framework was developed. 3. Why is it important? 4. Phases and steps. 5. Employee adoption and leadership support. 6. How the framework fits the leadership of change models. 7. Organization change complexity. 8. Let us build a profession. What is the change management framework, A2B-CMF? The change management framework offers a structured and disciplined approach to support organizations through every stage of transition. It enables teams to effectively plan, execute, and sustain change. Each phase is grounded in strategies, principles, and practical tools designed to guide progress from one stage to the next. It addresses the common causes of failure by incorporating 10 essential steps and success factors for organizational change. More than a change methodology, the framework is a comprehensive change management model supporting strategic change implementation across context, content, and process. It equips executives, senior leaders, managers, and change practitioners with a clear, actionable path to successful outcomes. 2. How the framework was developed. The A2B Change Management Framework was developed through the author's 30-year global career, shaped by real-world organizational change implementation challenges, retrospective analysis, and hands-on experience. Each A2B-CMF step is based on previous change and transformation failing points that the author has witnessed and has defined as critical implementation steps that are foundational for successful organizational change. Adherence to these 10 steps is essential for driving successful, sustainable change and maximizing benefit realization. Omitting any step increases the risk of failure and unnecessary organizational disruption. 3. Why is it important? This framework is important because it offers a structured, disciplined approach to navigating the complexity and risk that accompany organizational change. In the absence of such a framework, organizations often default to reactive or inconsistent methods, leading to confusion, misaligned efforts, and increased resistance. The A2B-CMF and the supporting tools help leadership and change teams avoid common pitfalls such as underestimating change capacity, failing to develop a comprehensive plan, delaying early preparation, or neglecting employee engagement. By following its 10 clearly defined steps, organizations can ensure that change initiatives are not only effectively executed but also embedded, delivering measurable, lasting benefits. 4. Phases and steps. The A2B Change Management Framework has 3 main program delivery phases: plan the change, execute the change, and sustain the change. Each phase provides change strategies, principles, analysis, and tactics to move from one phase to the next. The framework has 10 key steps, which can be steps that can be adapted to each organization's context. These steps may be repeated where necessary and must remain closely aligned with the senior leadership team to drive sustainable change. The plan phase includes change definition, secure sponsorship and resources, assess previous change, and develop a detailed change plan. Let us do a deeper dive into each plan phase step. A2B-CMF Step 1, Change Definition. Unless the change program is continually aligned to the organization's strategy and capacity, it will not deliver speedy benefits or value to the organization. Consideration: is there organizational change capacity to implement the change while normal day-to-day operations continue? A2B-CMF Step 2, Secure Sponsorship and Resources. Without effective and proactive sponsorship, the change program will eventually fail, the change will not be adopted by the employees or sustained, and it will not deliver the intended benefits. A sponsor with gravitas, positional authority, and organizational influence must be empowered to intervene with the senior leadership team when necessary. Consideration: in order to successfully deliver a change, transformation, or business improvement program, you need effective and proactive sponsorship. A2BCMF Step 3. Assess previous change. To achieve future organizational change management success, analyze previous change history to mitigate previous weakness and enhance future success. Consideration: change insanity is the reckless tendency of organizations and their leaders to repeat unsuccessful approaches to change, expecting different results. A2BCMF Step 4. Develop a detailed change plan. Change project planning should ensure the change management process follows a structured approach with key activities and milestones, transiting the organization from the current A state to the future B state, ensuring adoption and benefits realization. Consideration: the project change plan, PCP, should reflect the overall complexity of the change effort and include all the A2BCMF steps. It must be more than a communication plan. Next, the execute phase. The execute phase includes communicate the change, assess readiness, manage resistance, and develop new skills and behaviors. Let us do a deeper dive into each plan phase step. 2BCMF Step 5. Communicate the change. Effective change communication is at the heart of successful change. It acts like the blood in our bodies. But instead of supplying vital oxygen and nutrients, communication supplies information and motivation to the impacted stakeholders. Consideration: develop and execute a good communication strategy and plan with a feedback loop that will minimize resistance, speed up adoption, and support benefit delivery. A2BCMF Step 6. Assess readiness. Readiness is about ensuring the sponsor and leadership team get the organization and its employees ready so that resistance is limited and adoption is maximized. Consideration: assessing readiness can provide data and insights into potential implementation gaps so corrective actions can be executed to close them and enhance change success. A2BCMF Step 7. Manage resistance. Readiness is about ensuring the sponsor and leadership team get the organization and its employees ready so that resistance is limited and adoption is maximized. Consideration: change resistance can significantly hinder change adoption and benefit realization. The change team must understand it and develop strategies to address this resistance. A2BCMF Step 8. Develop new skills and behaviors. The new skills are important, but if you do not change employee behavior, you will not get organizational change and performance improvement. Consideration: develop new skills and behaviors by performing a gap analysis of existing skills at the current state A and creating training for the new way of working in the future state B. Next, the sustain phase. The sustain phase includes adoption, and finally, sustain and close. A2BCMF Step 9. Adoption. For change adoption to be successful, leadership needs to ensure that employees are supported to develop the new skills, behaviors, and motivation that will deliver improved future organizational performance. Consideration: without high employee acceptance of change adoption, the benefits of the investment will not be realized, and the organization's long-term survival may not be as secure. A2BCMF Step 10. Sustain and close. One of the most difficult tasks in change management is to sustain the change, continuing adoption, and aligning new behaviors with the organization and employee scorecards to ensure benefits realization. Consideration: without sustaining the change, it may not stick or provide long-term benefits realization. It is important to sustain the change by closing the program officially with governance approval and by transferring ownership to operations. 5. Employee adoption and leadership support. Successful organizational change requires 3 key elements: change leadership which inspires, change management, the framework that organizes, and employee adoption which sustains. Like a three-legged stool, remove one leg and it collapses. With only one leg, change efforts will fail. With two legs, you may stand temporarily, but you will fall over and fail. Only when all three legs work together can you implement lasting, successful organizational change. The change management framework needs the support of change leadership and employee adoption. 6. How the framework and models fit. Change management framework and leadership models fit together within the change management body of knowledge. Find out more. Change Management Fables, Leadership of Change Volume 1, Pocket Guide, Volume 2, and Handbook, Volume 3. 7. Organizational Change Management Complexity. Organizational change management is one of the most complex professional roles because, at a minimum, it necessitates navigating the intricate interplay of ineffective leadership, organizational dynamics, and employee behavior obstacles to execute strategy and achieve sustainable beneficial change. It goes far beyond working only with change-receptive employees. It demands a holistic, strategic approach. Successful change implementation requires a structured, disciplined framework. It must be supported by an effective and proactive sponsor, a committed leadership team, and a focus on employee adoption and behavioral change. It is not a profession for dilettantism. It requires serious intent and proven competence. 8. Let us build a profession. Let us build a profession that matches the massive complexity of organizational change management with effective, proactive leaders, those who reject both change management dilettantism and acts of insanity, and who expose the global charade unfolding daily in organizations.